Hello, and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 8th grade concept of one-variable equations. This is standard 8.8c in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 10 of the 2023 released STAAR test. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we've got these algebra tiles. So first we need to translate these algebra tiles into an actual equation. Then we need to solve for x. All right, so let's make sure we understand how these algebra tiles work. Okay, so we've got negative x, and we notice these darker ones are negative, right? And then the lighter ones, or the white ones, are going to be the positive. So the first step, which it might be the hardest, is to translate this in an actual equation, right? So how many negative x's do I have, right? So we could write this down, right, as this. We could say it's negative x plus negative x plus negative x. That's what these three things equal. Plus, and then 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So that's what this side equals right here. Let me switch to blue. We'll see what this other side equals, okay? I've got a negative x plus negative x, and then plus that 1. Okay, so that's what the unsimplified version is going to look like. So everything is just, what you see there is everything represents 1, so you have to add them all together. Now, obviously, that's kind of messy, so let's simplify this, and I'll go with green here. So how many negative x's do I have on the left side? I've got 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to simplify that, and I'm going to say negative 3x, because I've got 3 negative x's. So 3 negative x's would be 3 groups of a negative x, or negative 3x. How many 1's do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to say plus 4. So all of this is negative 3x plus 4. And that's the hardest part, translating the pictures into these two terms. But if you could do that, then your problem is going to be a lot simpler. How many negative x's do I have on the right? I've got 2 negative x's. So I'm going to say negative 2x. And then I've still got that just plus 1. That's pretty simple. So negative 2x plus 1. Okay, so now we've got our terms. Okay, so now I need to solve for x. So I need to use my properties of operations. I need to get my x's on the same side. I need to get my constants on the same side. I always want my x to be positive, so I'm going to go ahead and save myself the trouble. I'm going to add 3x to both sides. Now here's why I'm doing that. Since they're both negative, right, to counteract that negative, I'm going to need to add. And whatever you do on one side of the equation, you have to do on the other side of the equation. That's the addition property of equality. It keeps it balanced. But if I have a negative 3x plus 3x, right, that's going to cancel itself out. But look what's going to happen over here. Negative 2x plus 3x, right? I could rewrite this right here as 3x minus 2x. Well, that's just going to leave me with x. So now I've simply got an x right here. I still have my plus 1, and I've still got my plus 4. Those didn't change. So I've got x plus 1 equals 4. Now I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides. You could have done the minus 1 from both sides first if you really wanted to, but I want to take care of my x first. So there's my x, okay? And then this 4 minus 1 equals 3. So I'm thinking x equals 3. But how do we know? Well, let's plug it in. Okay, so negative 3, negative 3, negative 3, negative 3, negative 3. Okay, so what's that going to be? That's negative 9, right, plus 4. This is negative 6 plus 1. So that's going to be negative 5. And this simplifies to negative 5, right? Just like any equation. And does negative 5 equal negative 5? Yes. You need to be able to plug your x back in for it to work. So we said x equaled 3, which means our answer here is going to be A3.